Retired deputy sheriff, served in law enforcement for 24 years. And
well, I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. They're
day.
getting robbed on one hand, so you can't keep a hold of the guns you're supposed to have.
Roll over, sit up.
It's in my goddamn.
Sit up.
Showed her my
Sit up.
creds.
Let him sit up. Let him sit up.
I showed her my goddamn creds.
Your agency, and I think all these good things that you say exist could happen with those folks at the local and state level.
Sir, please help me up. Please. I'm a federal agent.
Number 4. ATF inspection prompts investigation. Georgia Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones has pledged to launch an investigation following a surprise visit by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives to Adventure Outdoors, a gun store in Smyrna. The ATF's presence was noted by several Georgia Republican Congress members, including Representatives Barry Loudermilk, Mike Collins, and Rich McCormick. General Manager Eric Wallace confirmed the inspection during a phone call, mentioning that he contacted Congressman Loudermilk when it began on Friday and expressed concerns about the unprecedented number of investigators. Adventure Outdoors, located on South Cobb Drive, is widely recognized as one of the largest arms stores in the country. The ATF in a statement mentioned that it often deploys its major inspection team, consisting of investigators from across the nation, to assist with compliance inspections when there's a clear need for additional resources, while minimizing the time investigators spend at a licensee's business. Eric Wallace emphasized the historically friendly relationship between Adventure Outdoors and the ATF, highlighting routine inspections that typically last 4 to 6 weeks. The family-owned business takes pride in adhering to policies and properly documenting sales as required. Wallace assured that all previous inspections had been satisfactory, reinforcing the store's commitment to compliance. The ATF's presence at Adventure Outdoors has stirred controversy, especially considering the impending visit by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis scheduled for Thursday. The inspection involved more than a dozen ATF agents, and Wallace expressed concerns over the unusually large number of inspectors, over 16, compared to the usual 6 to 7 inspectors. The agents conducted a comprehensive inventory of arms and scrutinized federal forms, indicating that the full inspection might extend over several weeks. Despite the ATF's actions causing discontent among some GOP politicians, including Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, Adventure Outdoors remains on track for a high-profile visit from Governor DeSantis. The situation raises questions about the nature and scope of ATF inspections, with the political implications of the visit potentially influencing the ongoing investigation pledged by Lieutenant Governor Jones. As the story unfolds, it will be essential to understand the motivations behind the ATF's inspection and the impact it may have on Adventure Outdoors and its relationship with government authorities. Number 3. ATF's gun accessory. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives is facing criticism and legal challenges after attempting to seize a force reset trigger from a National Association for Gun Rights member. This move comes despite a preliminary injunction issued on October 7, protecting NAGR members from ATF harassment related to such devices. The force reset trigger in question had been classified as a mash gun, rendering its possession illegal. However, the ATF's enforcement action contradicts the standing injunction.
A retired deputy sheriff, served in law enforcement for 24 years, and purchased an FRT trigger. After speaking with them, I contacted the NAGR immediately.
In a recorded conversation between the ATF agent and the NAGR member, the agent insisted on retrieving the trigger, emphasizing its illegal status and the need for compliance. The NAGR member, aware of the injunction, repeatedly asserted that he had nothing to say about the matter. The conversation revealed the ATF's persistence in attempting to carry out the seizure, prompting concerns about the agency's adherence to legal directives and potential harassment of gun owners. The NAGR, actively involved in legal battles against ATF actions, received a preliminary injunction on October 7, signaling a victory against what they perceive as overreach by the ATF. However, the subsequent attempt to seize the trigger raised questions about the ATF's respect for legal constraints and heightened tensions between gun rights advocates and the regulatory agency. The NAGR member, a retired deputy sheriff with 24 years of law enforcement service, contacted the organization immediately after being contacted by the ATF. The NAGR, known for its advocacy work on behalf of gun owners, swiftly responded to the members' call for assistance, highlighting the organization's commitment to defending the rights of gun owners. The recorded conversation showcased the ATF's agents' persistence in the face of legal opposition, leading to concerns about potential future actions against gun owners possessing similar accessories. The NAGR has urged gun owners facing ATF harassment to contact them through their hotline for guidance. Number 2. Matt Gaetz criticizes ATF director. Matt Gaetz, a Florida congressman, has accused the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives of non-compliance with the Appropriations Act, resulting in the illegal retention of over 200,000 records.
Well, I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. They're
day.
getting robbed on one hand, so you can't keep a hold of the guns you're supposed to have.
The authority to inspect and make sure that firearms dealers, the vast majority, I don't believe that is...
Was it over 200,000 that you had to delete? Gun store restrictions at the highest rate in 16 years. Mr. Director, the definition of hypocrisy...
Gaetz raised concerns about the agency's mismanagement during a hearing, claiming that these unlawfully maintained records had to be deleted. The congressman scrutinized ATF Director Stephen Diddleback for what he called a terrible misuse of power. During the hearing, Gaetz questioned Diddleback about the number of guns the ATF had lost. The congressman referred to a report from the Office of Inspector General, highlighting the theft of thousands of firearms, parts, and ammunition from the ATF. Gaetz accused the ATF of not following recommendations to prevent such incidents, as outlined by the Inspector General, leading to the agency becoming a victim of theft. Furthermore, Gaetz pointed out discrepancies in the ATF's handling of records, citing a Government Accountability Office report. He emphasized that the ATF did not always comply with the Appropriations Act and suggested that the agency needed to adhere better to its policies.
Then came the ATF's zero tolerance policy. 2 years ago, while in the process of selling your agency, and I think all these good things that you say exist could happen with those folks at the local and state level.
Well, I don't know if you're referring to...
I'm quoting directly from the Inspector General's report. Thousands of firearms parts, and ammunition.
Gaetz also questioned the ATF director about the deletion of records, claiming that the agency had to delete over 200,000 records that were unlawfully maintained. Diddleback responded by stating that the records in question had not been searched, and Gaetz pressed on regarding the number of records that had to be deleted. The congressman continued to criticize the ATF's functioning, highlighting a report indicating that the ATF's National Destruction Branch, or NDB, did not adhere to established operating procedures to mitigate the risk of firearms being lost or stolen. Gaetz suggested that the ATF was not responding adequately to the issues it created. Gaetz concluded by sharing a letter from a constituent who had their arms dealer license revoked by the ATF due to what they claimed as a technicality. Gaetz questioned why the ATF should have the power to destroy someone's life over a minor error when the agency itself faced challenges in compliance. Throughout the hearing, Gaetz accused the ATF of hypocrisy, citing the agency's zero-tolerance policy, resulting in the highest rate of revocations in 16 years.
ATF, that happened several years ago, more than that.
2022.
And ATF has
close to 50,000 background checks over 46 years. Why would I willfully ignore this background?
He argued that the ATF's enforcement of gun laws has flawed and suggested that funding for the agency could be reconsidered. In response, Director Diddleback defended the ATF's actions, emphasizing its authority to inspect and ensure compliance among arms dealers. The exchange highlighted ongoing tensions between lawmakers like Gaetz and the ATF, raising concerns about the agency's effectiveness and adherence to regulations. Number 1. ATF Agent Arrest. The incident captured on body cam footage from July 7, 2020 involving ATF agent James Burke has gained attention online. The video shows Columbus, Ohio police officers tasering and arresting Agent Burke, who claimed he was investigating an alleged illegal shotgun purchase before the arrest.
Roll over. Sit up.
It's in my goddamn.
Sit up.
Showed her my
Sit up.
creds.
Let him sit up. Let him sit up.
I showed her my goddamn creds.
No, you don't want one.
Get
all the way in the car. Get all the way in.
I can't breathe. Wait, sir.
All the way in. Put your feet all.
Happening.
Okay, fine. Fine. Do you find I think I'm a police officer or something? What the heck's the matter with you?
My creds, for Christ's sake. My God, I'm here to fucking talk to her.
You're the one that's in the wrong.
The police officers responded to a report of someone impersonating a police officer. In the video, Agent Burke can be heard refusing to follow commands, claiming to be a federal agent and expressing concerns about a medical condition. The situation escalated with the officers instructing Burke to get on the ground, leading to a physical struggle. The officers cited the impersonation report as the reason for their intervention, emphasizing the need for identification. Agent Burke, however, seemed reluctant to comply with the officers' commands, resulting in a tense exchange. The situation became more complicated as Burke failed to produce identification promptly.
Let me see your hands. Turn around, let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see some ID.
Why would you act like this? I didn't act any. Sir, please help me up. Please.
Get this kid.
I'm a federal agent.
Stand up. Stand
I'm
up.
not trying to be ashamed of myself.
Come out, sit in the back of the cruiser.
Let me see
Get in the car.
creds.
Get in the car.
Amidst the confrontation, the officers used a taser on Burke, and he was eventually subdued and arrested. Burke later filed a lawsuit against the city of Columbus and the two officers involved, alleging the use of excessive force. The video raises questions about the handling of the situation by both parties. The officers assert that they were responding to a report and attempting to identify Burke.
I can't do it. Wait, sir!
Stop resisting now.
Please help me. Sir, I did.
Get in there. Have a seat.
Wait, just.
Have a seat.
Please, wait, I gotta breathe.
Okay,
Please, sir, let me breathe.
Sit down and breathe.
While Burke claims he was cooperating and attempting to show his credentials. The use of force, particularly the deployment of a taser, is likely to be a focal point in the legal proceedings. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.